Coach, and this is episode number 2 of Ask the Coach. So, in this episode, I'm answering at least 2 more questions. This is the second episode out of at least 4 in the series. So, last episode, I answered 2 questions, and I'm answering at least 2 more. So, let's get right into it. And just to remind you how it works, just generally, people been sending me questions on my on like here on Facebook or in my private Facebook group, which is private in the sense of like you need to actually be accepted into it, and then you can ask more questions there, and there's an extra content there, and all sort of cool stuff. So I've been asked a couple of questions. I've got an array of them. I've got quite amazing question, and I've answered some questions already last time. So let's get right into it. So I had a question from Hilton: how to tackle your goals with consistency. That is a great question. How to tackle your goals with consistency. So, so first of all, it's a great question. It's all in how you set those goals, Hilton. So it's a really good one, and it's not the answer actually has a couple of elements to it. So for everyone, all of you watching, what I want you to do is I want you to pay careful attention, because that approach of setting your goals so you can tackle them with consistency has a couple of stages, and it's very important you follow the stages in a certain order. Okay, so first of all, you need to ask yourself and write down on paper, what specifically do I want? Okay, so what specifically is the thing that I want to accomplish or I want to get? Secondly, once you've asked yourself what you specifically want, and please write it on paper, it's very important. You then want to look through your own eyes, right? And think from, what will you be seeing? What will you be hearing? What will you be saying to yourself in your own head, in your own mind? What will you be tasting and smelling if that's relevant to your goal? Because for some of them, it could be relevant, even if it's like, um, say, closing a certain sale or something like that. Maybe you're doing it and you are in a conversation in the canteen or something like that, and you close in it, or in a restaurant, you are hosting someone like a VIP person for a dinner or stuff. So as maybe strange as it sounds, it's you actually want to envision the entire scene. Like the more you engage your mind with all the emotions and all the senses, the more senses you put in, the better and more real your result will be. So what will you be seeing? What will you be hearing? What will you be saying in your own head? What will you sense in terms of taste and smells? Okay, and write them down. Don't just like have them in your head, put them on paper. Then once you've done that, make it compelling. You have to make sure that the goal and everything you created is compelling. And when you run that future scene in your mind, you want to word it as if it's happening right now. So you are there at that date, and that thing that you are actually saying and that thing that you're actually declaring is happening right now. Okay, and it's very important that once you first, if you were following, I was telling you, determine what you will be hearing and seeing and tasting and smelling and feeling and saying to yourself in your own head. Initially you were looking through your own eyes. Now it's very important that for the next part of making it compelling, seeing it like as if it's happening, it's very important that you effectively step out of your body and see your body in the picture. Now, you might ask, okay, why is that so important? If you don't see your body in the picture, the goal is likely to not be successful, or you won't follow through on it the same way. And why is that? By stepping out of your body, you trick the mind to think that, oh, I have seen Noi in that image. I have seen Robert in that image. Hilton, who asked the question, oh, I see myself, Hilton, in the picture. And by seeing yourself in the picture, it guarantees that it's you in the picture. And that's the message it sends to your mind. Okay? If you do not do that, it's almost like as if you may be taking someone else's goal. The only way your mind can actually tell that it's definitely happening to you, Hilton, to me, Noy, to you, Robert, to you, Rebecca, Alvin, other guys that have been asking questions, some of which I will answer in the next coming sessions. You have to be able to see yourself as a third person, like your life is a film, see your body in the picture. It's crucial. Now, once you've done that, excuse me, once you've done that very, very crucial step, you want to answer yourself the question, what will this outcome get me and allow me to do? Write it down. Write the answer down. Next, is this for you only? Is this for me only? As in, you asking yourself, is this for me only, or is it for other people, or are there any other people involved in the scene, or that like, or because of which I do that? Answer that is very important as well. It will not only give you motivation, it will also make it very real. Now, that leads to the next concept. Define, get very specific, like all the details, right? Yeah, the where, the when, the how, with whom you are going to do that thing and accomplish that goal. Yeah, exactly. Who is going to be there? Like when, where, like how it's actually get. Yeah, literally. Even if it's like you've reached like the second page now and you're writing the same goal, continue writing, continue elaborating on that. Now, once you've done all of that, there's a couple of more things that you want to check. So you want to ask yourself, like, kind of like do like a kind of like a check, like what do you have, like in terms of resources, what do you have right now, and what do you need in order to get your outcome? Also, have you had that sort of outcome before? And if not, that's fine. Just be honest with yourself. Like, it doesn't mean you need to downgrade it. It just, you are answering, for analyzing currently the situation. What do you have right now? What do you need to get your outcome? And have you had that before? Do you know anybody who has got that same outcome? Maybe someone you can model, or someone you can borrow some information. And very important to also answer the next one, can you act as if you have it? Can you act as if you have it? Then finally, to kind of like wrap up the answer for that, for what purpose do you want that outcome, that goal, that result, that is? And what will you gain or lose if you have it? Yeah, what will you gain or lose if you have it? So that's like very important. Okay, so I'll just wrap up like very quickly. Hilton, that was a very good question, and it had a lot of stages. So first, define what specifically you want. Look through your own eyes and determine what will you be seeing, hearing, saying to yourself, feeling, tasting, and smelling in the scene. Write it all down. Then make sure it's compelling. Step out of the scene and make sure you see your body in the picture, and have that thing that you are saying written as if it's happening. See what you need to see as the last result, also, that you know that you got that. Probably I haven't mentioned that before, but that's very, very important. And then ask yourself, like, what will this outcome, that result, will allow me to do? Like, is it just for me, or is it for other people as well? Where, when, how, and with whom I want to do that and get that. And then what do I have now, and what do I need to get in order to get that outcome? Have I ever had that before? Do I know someone who has it and has done that? Can I act as if I have it? Uh, and then check like the win-win here. Finally, it's very important to check the win-win, because like it could be great, but if you are like coding or something like that and you lying to yourself that, like, you are you are here like to swindle anyone or anything like that, like, yeah, a lot of people are successful at that, but that won't get you very far. So for what purpose do I want this? What will I gain or lose if I have it? You can even answer, what will I gain or lose if I don't have it? That's like even like next level. So I hope that's been helpful, Hilton. So we are on the 9.5 minute mark. So uh, I want to share something else, like at least one more question that I'll answer. So Alvin had a great question. He said, Noi, what morning routines are particularly useful? Wow. Okay. What morning routines are particularly useful? Wow, Alvin, this is a great question. There's so many of them. There's so many, and I'm going to kind of like give the lowdown of one that's working for me, and I know that's working for a lot of people. and it's very, very powerful. And you can, the thing with a lot of morning routine is you have to stick to it in order to start seeing the results. So I'm sure that you know, Alvin, and everyone listening, like listening to someone laying down their morning routine and not doing it even once, of course, won't get you the results. But technically speaking, even performing that routine just once or twice or three times, even if it's like back to back days, unless you get into a rhythm of like kind of like at least a week, 2 week, ideally 3 weeks to create a habit, then it's not, you're kind of like dabbling in that, like you're not really taking yourself like fully on. So you have to kind of keep playing a bit with that. And what I suggest is do this. And it's not something necessarily like groundbreaking, maybe you haven't heard, but I'll kind of lay down 8 steps. Okay, you ready? So you might want to, after that, in the replay, or once the recording of this live is finished, you might want to stop and revisit some of those things I was saying, also for this question, because like the first question, this one also has quite a lot of steps. Okay, so 8 steps. Okay, so let's start. The first one: smile. Like, take a deep breath as soon as you wake up, stretch your body, whatever that takes, like that. Something more elaborate, that's cool. Then, okay, after you smile and take a deep breath and stretch your, as soon as you wake up and stretch your body, then say what you're grateful for as soon as you wake up, whether that you're mumbling it under, your lip, or you are like saying it out loud. Say what you're grateful for. I'm so, so grateful for waking up and being like alive another day. I'm so, so grateful for the ability to walk on something I love. I'm so, so grateful for the love in my life. I'm so, so grateful for my wife, for my kids, for etc., for my dog, for my partner, for my flatmate, for the food on my table, wherever that is. Say all of it. Like, the more the better. Then have a glass of water. That's number 3. All of those kind of like happen very quickly, right? Now, number 4, declare who you are going to be for the day. Be. Like, I don't mean actions, like it's a way of being. Declare who you are going to be for the day, and say it out loud. Say it at least 3 times. Okay, say it at least 3 times out loud. Today I'm going to be magnificent. So today, and 3 times, and 3 things as well. So today I'm going to be magnificent. Today I'm going to be powerful. Today I'm going to be convinced. Today I'm going to be confident. So at least 3 things, and repeat the whole thing 3 times. Okay, then what you want to do is to meditate, or use a hypnosis meditation audio. Around 20 minutes will typically do the trick. So you don't, some people like to do more. You can do more. Some people, if you do 10 minutes, it's far, far better than doing like nothing. But 20 minutes is kind of like a benchmark, typically, or 15. If it's like a guided hypnosis, like recording, a lot of them are around 15 minutes, which is cool as well. Okay. So then move your body. So do something, do brief exercise, walk, run and around. Like, if you have a dog like I have, you can run around the house like with them. They love playing. Throw a toy for them. Do something like that. That will get you like a bit moving. Not just the dog, or not just like your kids or your partner. Like, do something that moves your body, whatever that is. Walk outside, or take the dog for a walk. Like, first thing. The earliest you do this routine, you'll prime yourself for a better day. Okay, now that you've moved your body, like in a more significant way, um, answer yourself this question and write it down. I would know today was absolute fire if by the end of my day I did or feel the following things. I'll say that again. I would know today was absolute fire if by the end of my day I did or feel the following things. So have a few things, like, for example, I and I'll make something up right now. I would know that today was fire by the end. If by the end of my day I knew I did that video, and I've been speaking to 10 new people that I never spoken to before, for example. You actually set it, but you also actually declaring that you feel so good once it accomplished. So your unconscious mind is already operating as if it's getting into motion. So, and then number 8 is basically stick to it. It's basically like repeat all those things, and more than just like a single day, like at least a week. Ideally, if you stick to it 21 days, it will really create something super powerful. So again, like a rundown of the 8 steps: smile, take deep breath, and stretch. Number 2 is say what you're grateful for as soon as you wake up. Have a glass of water. Number 4 is declare who you are going to be for the day. Say it out loud. Say at least 3 things, at least 3 times overall. Meditate or use a hypnosis meditation audio. 15-20 minutes will do amazing stuff for you if you do it daily. Move your body some. Walk the dog, exercising, run around the house, whatever, like run around the block, anything like that, like anything that is like a bit more active than like, stretching and just going to the fridge, right? Then answer that question to yourself verbally and in paper. I would know today was fire, absolute fire, if by the end of my day, I did or feel the following things or these things. Write it down and then stick to that routine. So amazing question, guys. Thank you, Hilton. Thank you, Alvin. And until I'll see you next time in Ask the Coach episode 3. This is me, Noy, the consistency coach, and I'll